My experience, especially in Europe, quite frequently the military itself is deployed. Then there's a large number of uniformed, armed cops.
Jim Tucker is a self-appointed Bilderberg watchdog. At the 1999 conference in Portugal, Tucker tries to get close to the hotel where the meeting is taking place.
And the cop bragged, we have snipers on top of those boulders up there. And if anybody going over that fence day or night, they're going to stay over that fence. So apparently they take security rather seriously.
The reason for all the security, say the conspiracy advocates, is obvious.
I don't think 120 of the world's most powerful men get together to play pinochle.
This is where the ruling elite within these secret societies go and gather and compare notes and apparently set agendas. One of the members of the Bilderbergers years ago said that they talked about opening up China, and within months President Nixon had gone and opened up China to the West.
They met in the early 70s at an island off Sweden, and they decided that they were going to hike the price of oil massively. They then went to the Arab oil countries, which they also interconnect with, and they said, look, we're going to hike the price of oil massively, you'll make vast amounts of extra income, but we want you to put it in specific bank accounts that we tell you about. Okay. They then needed an excuse to hike the price of oil. So what they did was created the Arab-Israeli war.
The conspiracist's view of the world is that control is exerted through the control of money.
In this country, we operate under the golden rule. Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
Whether or not this type of nefarious global control exists, it is true that the Bilderbergers have been successful in at least controlling media coverage of their meetings. Leading media moguls are always invited to Bilderberg conferences, but only under the strict understanding that they will not report on what they hear.
The steering committees and the bureaucracies and the meetings themselves had their own concern, rather intense concern, with not being mentioned in the press, and had this brilliant idea of co-opting whatever press they did invite, and then going higher and higher in the press as they invited it. But it's quite something to have more than 100 people attend a meeting one weekend of the year, all of them at least of some importance, and have nothing in the mainstream press about them. That's quite remarkable. That, in a way, may be the most remarkable thing about them.
If you, and I have done many times, said to journalists, let alone the general population, tell me about the Bilderberg Group, this glassy-eyed look comes across. The what? The what? And yet, the major people, they are reporting every day on members of an organization together, different political parties, different countries, everything, and they've never heard of it. And a few people can't control the world. Well, obviously they can, and get away with it.
But just how obvious this version of the world is depends on the eyes you see it with. And in the history of secret societies, perspective is everything.
In the next 5 to 10 years, we are all going to live in a global version of Nazi Germany.
If it's a conspiracy, it's not so much a secret conspiracy as the way power operates in America, the way an elite perpetuates itself in a democracy.
Basically, all the conspiracy theories about secret societies wanting to take over the world are wrong. Very rarely does a conspiracy actually succeed. Much more often they fail, and much more often than that, they don't even exist.